Hey everybody, Noah here. I just wanted to post a quick update. It's been long overdue that I reached out to you and kind of let you know the status of my carnivore journey. Couple things. I think the last thing I posted was my journey into removing dairy to see how I felt from my diet. So dairy was one of my luxury items that I consumed in my coffee, so coffee and dairy. And I would sometimes have cheese and so forth. I didn't notice a real adverse effect from it as far as bowel issues or gut issues that were distressing. But I was curious if maybe there was some systemic stuff going on. So this whole post isn't about dairy, but I wanted to kind of update you. So I went about between 3 and 4 weeks with no dairy. I cut it out entirely. I did add some vegetarian alternatives, such as almond milks and coconut milks and so forth, just to keep me in my coffee drinking. And I know I probably should just eliminate all of it, but one step at a time. So as I've stated in my last post, this is an exploratory. I'm trying to investigate and learn. I'm testing and trial and error. So that's one thing I'd like to request from y'all as you, yeah, I say y'all, I'm in Florida. I was born in Jersey, but I've been down here my whole life, Central Florida, and y'all is just something we say here. So if you're from the northeast or the west, or anywhere else that doesn't say y'all, please forgive me. It's the country in me, I guess. But anyway, if y'all could submit some of your suggestions to some of the things I'm addressing and working through, because I know a lot of you have more experience than I have with some of these dietary questions. And I've also said previously that we all have a different path and different journey trying to figure out what's going to work for our makeup and our DNA and our biology. So there's not a cookie cutter answer, and I think a lot of you agree with me on that. What I found, and I think you'll agree with me, it's crazy the polarity when you get involved and try to take an approach to your life. So whether it's Republican, Democrat, right? New York Giants and the Jets. I don't know the football comparisons, but you know what I mean. Rivalries. Well, in this carnivore world, it's now almost a holy war between the people that have chosen carnivore and the people that have chosen veganism, and it's almost comical. So if you make the choice one way or the other, you're like outside of that other camp. So I love a lot of the principles that vegetarians and vegans have. And I don't disagree with plants as a source for nutrition. Right now, the carnivore diet was a wonderful way for me to do an elimination diet where I still felt satisfied and not deprived. So that being said, if you didn't see my previous video about it, 3 weeks on the carnivore diet, really strict, I was alleviated from chronic back pain while sleeping that I've experienced for about 20 years. I've been softly diagnosed with a disorder called Ankylosing spondilitis, which there is a blood antigen that I tested positive for, along with all the classical symptoms. Been dealing with this since I was in my mid-20s. So now I'm on a journey. Now that I'm sleeping good, I'm on a journey to get rid of other inflammatory responses in my body, in my back. So I had somebody suggest fish oils, which I've tried those in the past, but not since my system's been clean like it is now. So I would love suggestions on fish oil protocols that maybe y'all have tried. What was one of the other things? So I on the dairy, when I reduced dairy or cut dairy out of my diet for 3 weeks, I noticed zero response in my symptoms. So it was a little discouraging. And then we rolled into Thanksgiving holiday. So from Wednesday before Thanksgiving till the next Monday, I ate whatever. And I didn't have any restrictions. I had mashed potatoes. I know, God forbid, right? Mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing. I just ate whatever. Desserts, sugars, and I've felt awful. The last time I went off my carnivore diet was for my wife's birthday. It was just 2 nights. And I was still very careful with what I ate, but I had a potato. We had wine. I had a beer. But that was like a day. It took me a day to recover. Thanksgiving, it's been, just now, 3-4 weeks out, and I'm still dealing with my sleep is getting better now, but it's about another 3 weeks, which was my original timeline. So I'm sorry for rambling. I'm just kind of sharing my story, guys. I hope it's encouraging to you that when you learn how your body responds to the different things you eat and consume for nutrition, and you can learn your symptoms, then I believe you and I are on the path to finding healing, because our body is equipped to take care of these things if we can keep the garbage out and put the right fuel in. So fish oils was a question. Please help me with that. Please comment about fish oils and what you've used, what you haven't used. No vegan hate. Look, I love y'all. Don't hate on me for eating meat right now. This is where I'm at, okay? I love y'all, and I'm glad you're out there and you've got good solutions for what you've been going through. I had a client come through an open house I was doing. I'm a realtor down here, and I had a client come through a few weeks back. She was vegan, and she had a lot of inflammation issues, and she took care of her inflammation issues through veganism, but she said it took about 3 years to notice any real changes. So I'm real happy with a 3-week turnaround time for me to notice changes, and reducing inflammation is huge. Trying to think what else. The polarity between the camps, I hate that that's there. It's just human nature, I guess, right? So but yeah, post stuff that's worked for you. Fish oils is a great idea. I love that. Also, different what's the different minerals, essential minerals. I guess they're in different liquid forms. I'd love some suggestions on the different minerals that are available. What else out there? What else do I need to ask y'all? So anyway, I guess that's it. I fell off the wagon for Thanksgiving, and it's taken me another 3 weeks to come back out of it. I still have my daytime symptoms of tension in my back, and my back really tightens up. The difference now is at night when I sleep, I get rest and I get relief, so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling energized and not wore out. So don't have any real nuggets today. Just looking for your hive mind on some of the supplementation that y'all have used in your journey to find relief from not only autoimmune issues, which ankylosing spondylitis obviously is an autoimmune issue, but also just from general inflammation. So inflammation of the joints, for me, it's primarily my back. I don't have wrist and elbow and knee. It's all spinal, and primarily now it's muscular. So that's where most of my pain is, in my muscles, connective tissues and so forth. So one thing that I think my wife and I have agreed on is glyphosates. My symptoms with ankylosing spondylitis and inflammation started at about the same time my second daughter was born, and she had severe skin allergies and asthma, and it was a very trying time, her early years of life. She's now 21, 22, and doing significantly better, and has figured out what works for her and what doesn't dietarily. But I think in that time frame when I discovered my issues, or had my symptoms, and she also, when she was born, had her symptoms, my wife and I traced that back to about the time that Roundup and glyphosates were really rolled out. Very anecdotal, I know, but we've kind of linked some of this stuff back to leaky gut, which some of you brilliant commenters have mentioned, and leaky gut and just our body's inability to process normal food. It's not been always that people struggled when they ate wheat. Wheat and bread has been the staple of life and health and vitality for eons, and I feel like as a species we're being attacked in our diet, and now we get into a whole nother rant, but wheat should not be a factor and should not be something we're avoiding unless it's been contaminated, which I strongly believe it has been. So anyway, I really appreciate you watching, you guys. I've got subscribers that I wasn't expecting. I'm glad my video has encouraged you about my story. If you have questions, yeah, I want to help. I don't have a whole lot of time. I'm busy. We've got a lot of kids, and I work a lot, but I want to be here for you and answer any questions based on my experience, because that's all I can tell you. But I'm looking for your input too on essential oils, essential minerals, and what has helped you guys come through some of your symptoms and what you found good results with. So I think that's it. That's my wrap up for now. I'll probably reinvestigate dairy at another time, but going into the holidays, I'll probably jump off the wagon again at Christmas. Forgive me, but there's too much going on, so I'm not going to be too strict. and I'm just going to monitor my symptoms again and use this as a learning experience. So you guys stay true to your principles. Comment, like, share, subscribe. I love that, your input, and I love hearing what other people are experiencing and thinking. So anyway, this is Noah in Central Florida, and I'm looking forward to hearing back from you.